And what we have for you, nothing. I guess I'm just going to have to put my own plug in. So Jason mentioned that I could perhaps talk about this wonderful film that's filming here in Fresno. First we'll show you a little teaser, trailer teaser about the film, and then I'll talk to you a little more about it. It's really great to see that the filmmaking industry here in Fresno being full-fledged, and I am very excited to be part of it. So here, if you're ready. No? Okay, we're not ready yet. So it's called My San Joaquin. It's a romantic love story, and it takes place with the backdrop of the Joaquin Murrieta horse ride. If you're not aware of what that is, it's a 3-day horseback ride that began, it was in July, the end of July, and the 3-day horseback ride is in honor of Joaquin Murrieta, who had done made a lot of changes for the Mexican people here in California, especially during the gold rush. For the most part, as the West was being won, they were saying that only certain people were allowed to pan for gold or mine for gold, and it wasn't them. So that's the idea of the people, of the characters in the story. But the characters in the story have their own love story going on. So just check out the trailer.
Si yo tuve que buscar un mar y una tierra desconocida para encontrar mi rayito de luz. Ay, venga. Si me puse a llorar, venga, cuando ella aceptó mi anillo, y como la amo, mi rayito de luz.
Isn't that beautiful? So the film features local Fresno musicians, local Fresno dancers, and local actors, local directors, filmmakers. It's local talent, and it's really, really awesome. I want to talk more about it with you right after this break. CentralValleyTalk.com. Welcome back, folks. That's the last time I'm going to say folks, because I'm not Jason. So here we have on the line Miss Elisa Olvera. Elisa Olvera is the director and the genius behind this beautiful film that I showed you the trailer of, and we actually have her on the phone. So we're going to ask her a couple of questions. So hi, Lisa.
Hi there. How are you doing?
Excellent. Thank you for being able to answer. I know that you're busy today. I'm sure you're doing your shot list for today's filming. Mm-hmm. And tell me a little bit about the movie. What is the movie about in your opinion?
Okay. Well, I wrote the script, and the story came to me in two different ways. One, I'm an avid horse rider. I have my own horse, and it's boarded at a ranch. And I also have a relative uncle who also coordinates the Joaquin Murrieta ride, which happens every year in the summer. So I decided to combine the two with the passion that I have for horses and also for acting and film. And the Joaquin Murrieta ride and evolved was a romantic comedy about some young people that come back into town to get together and do the Joaquin Murrieta horseback ride. And it's a freedom ride, so to speak, in memory of the Latin heritage in the Central Valley. And they fall in love. I don't want to give the whole story away. And she comes back from New York as a corporate young woman, mid-30s, 30, and then he comes back into the valley as a young doctor who has a clinic in Mexico. And so there's some comedy and some differences of love, and she doesn't want to fall in love because she's been heartbroken, and he tries to win her heart. There's a lot of music that has been originally composed by him, and that's Omar Nade, and you, of course, play the lead. And so it's a combination of music, Latin influence, a lot of passion, a lot of animals, horses, snakes. So it's got a back scene where we go back into the 1800s and do an actual reenactment of Joaquin Murrieta doing a gold, reenactment there with the gold miners and whatnot. And so it's got some beautiful footage. I'm very anxious to put it together. We're leaving for New York tomorrow to edit. I have a sister there that has a production company. She does editing and filmmaking as well. So we're going to tackle this for about a week and hopefully come up with something amazing.
Yes, I'm sure it won't be hopeful. I'm sure it will be amazing. So your sister is a film editor, and it kind of runs in the family. Are you a writer? Did you always...
Yeah, I grew up writing short stories when I was very young. I always had a book in my hand. I think third grade I had a passion for stories, and every book that I had at that time I think was about horses. And I started writing short stories, and I have some background in acting and modeling. I've been on the other side of the camera, so to speak. And so with that, I decided to flip it around and put some action into people that I want to see stories evolve. I have a vision, and one of the visions that I try and evoke is one that we are spiritual beings having human experiences. And so I would imagine most of my stories that I'll be writing will have that sort of an influence where you see real life people experiencing, their struggles in life and love and romance and that sort of thing.
Yeah, love is one thing, no matter where you're from, we all have in common. We love to watch love stories because we can always relate. So are you local? You're from the area, obviously?
Right. I'm from Reedley, which is not too far from here, and I live in Fresno now, and I'm an educator as well, so I have a master's degree in education, and I have my summers free, and so this summer I decided to do something that I've always been wanting to do, and so I took a script-to-screen class with Jennifer Tadlock, who is a director and producer here locally. And I fell in love with the whole 2-day workshop, and we put together a script that I wrote and got to shoot it on a Red camera the next day, and it came naturally to me. Don't take, it's work.
Yeah.
It's not all glamour. So I was up till midnight writing scripts and making changes, and but the joy comes from seeing the outcome. Just putting it all together with music and pictures and the story. So
yeah, and that's a big lesson, especially for this industry, is everybody wants to have a wonderful outcome or make something really cool, but it takes a lot of work, and just it's arduous and tedious, and so you have to stick with it, and you've definitely proven to do that as my director, so thank you.
Right. Well, there's been times, where I was in the middle of this and I just thought, what am I doing? I can't do this, forget it. And you get little snippets of moments where you feel that you just can't go on anymore. And then you have to realize that you need to finish the project, and then you find something that is enlightening, and you change the script. I've changed the script a lot, and I usually don't do that, but because I want to try and get a feeling, and I want it to be more artistic, not just a basic love story, but to have some artistic value to it as well, so I did make some changes.
Yeah.
One of the scenes was the airport scene that you're in, where it's going to be all black and white, and that came to me like one night as I woke up like at 2 a.m. So that was kind of crazy, but cool, you know?
Yeah. It's like little epiphanies happen at all hours.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, that is really cool. And with doing independent films such as this, for me, the little epiphanies happen all the time as well. And then I also learn something. Like for this movie, was probably the biggest challenge I've ever had, was taking singing lessons and singing that song, and actually pronouncing the Spanish words correctly. So I appreciate having learned that, and hopefully the viewers will want to watch it and see how that turned out. I'm not a singer.
Well, you know, you faked it really well. I heard the recording. It came out. It's just amazing. The scene, it's beautiful. The house was beautiful. And what I really like about this film, too, is all of the locations are local. It really gives you a different perspective to value, you know, locations in town that are just, you know, so picturesque.
Yeah, Fresno has that. Fresno has these little treasures and these buildings and these locations that are just beautiful, and I think they go unnoticed or underappreciated at least. I'm glad your film's doing that.
Yeah, I'm trying to bring that to life. I mean, we had a beautiful scene up at Millerton Lake where the gentleman that plays the abuelo actually lives up there. So we shot there overlooking Millerton Lake. It was absolutely beautiful. And then the river scene in the back, you know, backlash story, and the house that you sang, the serenade over the balcony, is an old 1920-something house. It's just gorgeous, French style. So
Yes.
yeah, so it's pretty cool stuff.
So if you could tell me a little bit about the companies you're working with, like the production company, or how'd you find your actors and talent?
Sure. Well, the company that I'm doing this with is myself, Unlimited Images, and I got together with Jennifer, and she's my producer, and I worked with KP Actors Guild, and he has the casting department that is casting all of the cast. And then the crew, Jennifer knew the crew, and can you remember the name? I can't remember the name off the top of my
Blair
head.
Media?
Yeah, Blair Media, thank you.
I didn't know.
And so they're providing, you know, all of the sound, camera, and lighting, and they're amazing as well. We had a couple of nights that we were there till 3:30 in the morning, if you can remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's a
but it all comes together.
I know. Well, I can't wait to see what comes up. Where can we look at? We only have a few moments left, so where can we look forward to this film?
Well, right now you can see a little snippet on
We showed it,
YouTube,
actually.
which is just a little teaser. But we're gonna do the film festival run. So we're hoping to do Sundance. We're gonna do a film festival in Dallas. So when you do a film festival, you have film festival rights, so you don't do anything on the big screen straight to the public.
Right away.
So that's right. So you have to wait it out. Maybe in the spring. I'm hoping by the spring.
Okay,
yeah.
well, we'll wait it out till the spring, but for now we got to go. So thank you so much, Elisa, for being here.
All
We'll
right.
talk to you soon.
We'll see you later tonight.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you guys for coming. Hope to see you again. I usually fill in for Jason when he can't. One quick reminder, be sure to go to Full Circle Brewery this Friday, see an awesome burlesque show. I'm Jeslen.